Not only are you a bastard, but you stole the woman I love.
I don't know where Dad dug up this story, but he's wrong.
I always knew you weren't a true Redfern.
Pay for doing this.
I've already instructed my lawyer to cut Alistair out of my will. Help me.
Oh, it's the guilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes the hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Love. You could call it ambition, but someone must be greed. Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie. I want the icing on the cake. Love.
Your mother's an old lady, Mr. Redfern. She's very weak and she's suffered a massive coronary. So at this stage, I simply can't say. Everything hinges on her getting through the next 48 hours.
But even if she does...
Brain damage? It could go either way. But you know that, Mrs. Redfern. You've worked in coronary units.
Intensive care, critical. She looked pretty strong to me at Chelsea's party. Oh, she is strong, always has been. But she's over 70.
Oh, Maxine will be cross.
Why?
Well, if you just divorced Bradley Redfern and he was about to inherit millions, wouldn't you be cross? Damn. Throw us another one, Gemma, will you?
Australian Financial Review and Chasing Rich, Gullible Australians.
Thanks.
Is this your mysterious story?
Oh, something like that. Run out of rich, gullible Kiwis. Speaking of which, are you two going to fight it out with biros at 20 paces?
What?
Alistair. Well, there's bound to be the odd million in it for him when Olivia goes.
Not me. I'm not masochistic enough to take on all Alistair's problems. I've only just got my own sorted out. Alistair's simply not capable of an adult-to-adult relationship at the moment. He really needs therapy, you know.
Lord preserve me from converts. What about you, madam? Can I interest you in $1 million or two?
He won't be able to enjoy his money until he faces up to reality.
Oh, well, in the meantime, Gemma could always help him to be miserable in fantastic style.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Lunch? Oh, think big, Gemma. If I were in your shoes, I'd be planning wedding bells.
Morning. Morning, Maxine. Any more news about Mrs. Redfern?
How on earth should I know?
You couldn't have timed it better, old girl.
We gotta go now, Mum. But we'll be back later, okay?
You'll ring if there's any change.
Straight away, Mrs. Redfern.
Chelsea, darling. Aren't you supposed to be at school?
I can't not. Grandma's sick. How is she? She's putting up a real fight. She looks so little.
Come on, love. This is no place for you. Too depressing.
I want to.
You sure?
Positive.
All right, then. But not too long, okay?
Grandma, it's Chelsea. You're gonna be all right, Grandma. Your mother's been under a lot of stress lately.
She thrived on stress.
Oh, but all our fights, the restaurant business.
Oh, the Redferns are always at each other's throats. It's meat and bread to her. God, how would she have occupied her time otherwise? Playing bridge, gossiping on the telephone? No, she would have shriveled up if the family wasn't always fighting.
Even so, I do feel responsible.
Oh, Cara, you mustn't. She's had this heart thing for years.
You never told me.
Well, it never came up. It had to happen sooner or later.
And how do you feel now that it has?
You want to know the truth? Nothing. My mother's dying and I don't feel a thing. Just glad that it's not me lying up there. Is that shocking?
Nope. It's not even unusual.
I just feel numb.
I know. But it wears off, and it might hurt more than you expect. Just remember I'm here when it does.
You're amazing, Cara. You know that?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. And I love you.
Come in. The William Townsend interview?
All finished.
Is it good?
Yes, I think it is.
Well done. Not an easy man to get to, William Townsend. He hasn't done an interview now for 5 years.
Yes, he said.
He rang. Seems you made quite an impression.
I got the story.
You certainly did. And if it's as good as you say it is, I shall use it as my main feature.
Oh, that's fantastic.
By all accounts, you earned it. Come in.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, Alistair. I was just going.
My word, she's looking a lot more, what's the word?
Worldly?
Yes.
She certainly is.
Grandma, is she,
Oh, no, look, I couldn't get through to Brad. I rang the hospital, and, she's still critical.
Poor old love. I'll miss her.
Oh, come on, Alistair. You're such a lousy actor.
Pursuing you even into the depths of his mother's office. What more could you want? Ah, I can see it all now. Gown by the Emanuels, ring by Tiffany's. It'll be the main feature.
Somehow, I don't think I'm going to have to go that far. Bridget, telephone.
Do I detect a note of triumph from the Townsend story? I do admire a woman who lays down her all for her art.
Bitch.
Oh, don't fuss, Alistair. I've already told you that Olivia didn't change her will.
She certainly acted like she was going to.
She didn't.
How can you be so sure?
I just am. You have nothing to worry about. You will get your share of the trust fund on your birthday, and when the will is probated, you will be a very wealthy young man.
Oh, I can handle that.
Come in.
Mrs. Redfern, the chairman's office just rang. They'd like you to go up to the boardroom right away, please.
Oh. I hope it's important.
A summons from the gods.
Demigods, darling. Demigods.
These meetings, I just have to turn up and listen?
No, they won't be expecting very much from you at this stage. But your mother did play a very active part in running the company.
It's damn near a full-time job.
Yes, it's all of that till you learn the ropes. Can you do it?
Do I have any choice?
Not really. Well, one other thing. It's not my business, but that public relations firm of yours.
It might be a good idea to let that stagnate for a bit. Not that anyone would notice. Am I going to understand it?
Well, I'm having summaries made up for you, and I'm always available to advise. That's all I can do. I can't take over from Olivia.
Well, thanks, Sam.
Good luck.
Bridge and gossip?
Did I say that? My God, I had no idea. Board meetings, planning meetings, investments, policy.
But you knew she went to meetings.
Well, I knew she signed things and put in the odd appearance. Figurehead of the Redfern Empire. I didn't know she ran the outfit.
Poor old thing. Fancy having all this landed on you out of the blue.
It's my own fault, you know.
What is?
When Bryce died, I tried to take over, made a hash of it. Since then, I've turned a blind eye to it.
You were very young.
Well, I should have kept my hand in. Known what was going on, you know. I mean, even I knew she wasn't immortal. How am I going to look with egg all over my face?
Oh, come on. It's not really that bad, is it?
If I remember rightly, it's worse.
And in the holidays, we can go somewhere warm and peaceful together so that you can get your strength back. A nice hotel in the islands where they'll pamper you and... That's it. I felt that, Grandma. Good one. Oh, you wait, we'll have a great time.
You should go home soon, love. You'll wear yourself out.
I'm fine. She knows I'm here, you know. She knows what I'm saying.
Don't hope for too much. She's very weak. Not inside, she's not. She's a Redfern.
Bridget, shall we walk?
Fly, let's fly away. Fly away. Honeybees are flying today. See honeybees. If you like honey, then you'll love honey pots. Love honey pots. Honey pots are made to stay fresh, stay crisp, stay good all the time. Keep looking for the funny honeybees. Honey pots are yours and mine.
Thanks, honey pots.
Pascos have gifts for friends and lovers. Pascos have gifts for lovers and friends. At Pascos, diamonds, precious gems, gold and silver, gifts of special value for people like you. At Pascos, Pascos have gifts for friends and lovers.
Entertaining can be so easy with Arnott's Savoy Cracker Biscuits, Savoy and smoked salmon, Savoy and avocado, Savoy and crab meat. So easy. Entertaining is just so easy with Arnott's Savoy Cracker Biscuits, Savoy and salami, Savoy and camembert, Savoy and dips. So easy. Look for the recipes on the packs. Arnott's Savoy Cracker Biscuits, the easy entertainers.
Feel good. Boutique physique. It's easy. Feel good. Feel good. Boutique physique.
Look as good as you want, feel as good as you look. With the Boutique Physique Hair Removal range, it's easy.
I don't think there's a lot of difference between swimming and saving. It all depends on how badly you want to achieve your personal goals. The ASB Bank is going all out to help me achieve mine, and they've lots of ways to make it easy for you to achieve yours.
The more you save with the ASB Bank, the more you'll help the New Zealand Olympic team. ASB Bank, the bank on the move.
Not everybody can afford to spend hours in the sun. So if I were you, I'd use Ebony. Ebony is not a sunscreen or a fake tan. Ebony is a suntan accelerator, a vitamin-rich moisturizer you apply before you go into the sun. Ebony feeds and speeds the natural tanning process of your skin. The result is a natural Ebony tan, fast. If I were you, I'd use Ebony.
Saturday,
All right, what's going on here?
a New Zealand feature film season.
We are, to employ a colloquialism, up the creek without a paddle.
Chucked away! Pallet on the floor.
Christ, I just hope we get away with all this.
Saturday,
Is she still up there with the board? Oh, probably scoffing a catered lunch. They all look so been there, done that.
Who, the board?
No, models. Come on, excite me. Boy, tarts.
Send Bridget in right away.
She's not back yet, Mrs. Redfern.
Where is she?
Gone to lunch, I think.
Well, I want to see her the moment she returns.
Guess the oysters must have been off.
It happened to a lot of girls, you know. And these days, an illegitimate baby, well, it hardly qualifies for a raised eyebrow. Look, I know this has been a bit of a shock. You'll need some time. Give me a ring, huh? You can trust me, Bridget. I'm not going to tell anyone else.
Campbell, just the man. I'm running a bit short. You carrying?
No problem.
Oh, great stuff. You wanted to see me?
Yeah. Just a little scheme that might appeal.
I tried telling you the other day, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise. You interested in making a lot of dough?
Could be. Depends how and how much.
Heaps, Alistair, heaps. All it needs is a little investment.
I take it we're not talking futures trading.
You know damn well we're not. But the honour is candy.
Risky business.
No, not for you. You just to put in the money. No one need know you're connected.
I don't like it. Not dealing.
Now invest, you know. That's all you'd be doing. Well, you wouldn't even get to see the stuff. I'm talking about a return that makes the futures market look like chicken feed.
I'll think about it.
Sure. Take as much time as you need. Only one thing. There's a wee bit of urgency on this one. Now or never.
What sort of return?
1,000% wouldn't be out of the question.
Oh, she's really got it, hasn't she?
I told you.
Pity about her mother, that's all.
What?
I'd get lynched for even suggesting Chelsea.
But she's got the look.
I know.
Have you ever met a mother who would shoot you for saying her daughter was beautiful? Oh, give it a go, Jasmine. Please.
I'll think about it.
Ah, Bridget, Maxine wants you.
What?
The editor, right away. Oh, there you are. Do you know what's happened? That imbecilic board have had the nerve to suggest that we just lie down and let Rex Bloodythorn walk all over us. They are suggesting that we change direction, give up my readers, my market, and just hand it on a plate to Electra. They want me to move age groups. Turn Gloss into a sort of English Woman's Weekly with knitting patterns and budgie care. And you know who's behind all this, don't you? That revolting Australian, oh, what's his name?
Sorry, who?
Oh, that congenital bore who fancies himself as a piranha. Metcalf. Well, it's his idea, if he's capable of having one. They have just picked themselves a fight they'll wish they never started.
I see.
Is that it? I see. What's the matter with you, Bridget?
Oh, sorry. Bit of a migraine. Sorry.
I'm off to work. I'll meet you at the hospital about 4, right?
I'm sorry, Caro. I'd rather you didn't go back to the restaurant.
I know. It's tricky for me as well. But it's my investment and my responsibility.
I understand that, but what about your loyalties?
What about them? I haven't got any problem with loyalty, Brad. I'm fond of Alistair, yes, but I love you.
My so-called son tried to steal you away from me.
He also did his very best to get us back together again. And in a funny sort of way, he succeeded. So, if you can't forgive him for any better reason, you'll have to forgive him for that.
I don't quite see your logic.
I think you might have to. He's your son, Brad.
Is he, Caro?
Right, consider it done.
Are you sure, Alistair?
Of course I'm sure.
25 grand's a lot of money to raise overnight.
With my connections, mate, no sweat. How long for the return?
Well, a few days, no more.
Oh, $250,000. Oh, yes, it'll certainly help pay the rent. You set it up, I'll get the money.
Great, old son. Here, have one on me.
You are a scholar and a gentleman. Caro! Oh, it's great to have you back. You are back, aren't you?
Yes, Alistair, I'm back.
Well, I better be off. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
If the article's too long, cut it for God's sake. What did he think he was doing, writing a novel? Come in. Look, we can't afford to bore them to death. Leave that to Gloss. Yeah. Okay, I'll be in the morning. Okay, I'll see you then. It's all there, your sabotage money. I hope you've earned it.
Things are looking good, Rex. The advertisers are leaving Gloss in droves. With a little encouragement.
Madame Redfern?
She doesn't suspect a thing.
Good. Keep it that way. And don't underestimate her. Whispers from the boardroom tell me she's going to be fairly busy with a change of image, which should be even less attractive to the advertisers.
Huh? Aren't you going to tell me?
No. You'll hear soon enough. You just keep her happy and confident. When I pull out the rug, I want Maxine Redfern to go down like a ton of bricks.
Hello. Place is deserted.
Afraid so. Maxine's in there if you want to go and talk to her.
Yes, I do. But I want to talk to you, too. Maxine showed me the article you wrote on William Townsend.
Oh.
I'm impressed. It's well researched, well written. How did you get to it?
Trade secret.
Well, keep it up. That's the sort of journalism we want. Remind me to buy you a drink sometime on the strength of it.
Thanks. I will.
Well, I have to go and play Daniel.
Have you come here to apologize?
What on earth for?
I haven't got time to play word games, Reed.
Neither have I. We need to talk about the magazine, and we haven't got time for giant socks. Now, look. Gloss can't change focus, direction, without careful planning. The board thinks we should be looking at the sort of publicity
As far
campaigns...
as I'm concerned, the board can go and chase itself up its nearest orifice.
You're not being very sensible, Maxine.
Sensible. Sensible. You sit up there, a group of tired, tedious, middle-aged old men, making cavalier decisions when you know nothing about the world of our readers, and you have the gall to tell me to be sensible.
My word. It's not a sulk, it's a tantrum.
Don't you patronize me, Reed. This is my magazine. I shaped it, nurtured it, and controlled it for 20 years. And if you think that I'm going to let the board turn it into a geriatric special just because they're scared of a little competition...
The competition is too strong.
Rubbish. I eat people like Rex Thorne for breakfast.
Ha! So far, you haven't even come within nibbling distance. And we're losing money. Far too much money.
Electra is a 9-day wonder, and I intend to run Gloss exactly the way that I've always done.
It's not a suggestion, Maxine. It's a directive.
One that I intend to ignore.
Max, we are serious.
So am I.
You will follow the board's directives, my dear, or we shall be asking for your resignation.
It's probably a good thing that she's still unconscious. The thought of me running the Redfern Empire would probably be the last straw.
But she had faith in you.
Nonsense. And why should she? I've always been hopeless at business. No, it was Bryce she always had faith in.
For goodness sake, darling. He's been dead for over 20 years.
Does that mean I can't get out of it? Even though I want to?
There's something else you can't duck out of forever. Alistair. I'm worried about him, Brad. Oh, seriously, some of his friends at the moment.
What?
Well, one of them in particular has some very funny hobbies. Hobbies I'd rather Alistair didn't take up. I wish you'd talk to him. Make it up. He's still very impressionable.
And?
I'd rather it was you making the impression.
This isn't a cunning ploy to get us talking again, is it?
Would I be so devious?
Probably.
But I really am worried about him, Brad. And you've got a whole afternoon tomorrow without one of your meetings. I could leave early.
All right. It's probably time to clear the air.
You okay? And it's true. You had a baby in 1957. And he was adopted. What about the father? He take to the hills? Must have been tough. All hushed up?
I went away. Nobody knew except him.
And the family lawyer.
I tried to forget it. But I knew. One day.
So you're my mother.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wanted you so much.
I wanted you too. Now I've found you. I can't imagine a mother who'd suit me better.
Now there's another powerful formula Jif. New Lemon Fresh Jif. Fresh and fragrant. Tough on hard-to-clean dirt and spills. Gentle on surfaces. No harsh scratching. Just like your regular Jif. And new Lemon Fresh Jif leaves a fresh, clean fragrance that lingers. Jif still cleans as thoroughly and gently as ever. And now it also leaves a breath of fresh air around the house. Powerful formula Jif. Regular and now new Lemon Fresh.
Blue skies need sunshine, desert needs rain, baby needs its mother, young bird needs their wings. But I need a friend, a real good friend to ease my wearied mind.
It takes a great coffee to become a classic.
I believe you cats volunteered to taste Go-Cat on behalf of all New Zealand cats.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, paws up who likes it.
Me, me.
Now, who'd like a bowl of their ordinary cat food?
No.
Perhaps you can tell us why you prefer Go-Cat. Or perhaps you'd just like another delicious bowl of Go-Cat. Go-Cat. Your cat will love you for it. Active hair needs its own kind of protection all year long. Introducing New Flex Sun and Sport Conditioner.
New Flex Sun and Sport.
It has sunscreen to help guard against sun's damaging rays and elastin to moisturize wind-dried hair.
New Flex Sun and Sport.
Get it for body, for shine, for beautiful hair all year long.
New Flex Sun and Sport.
New Flex Sun and Sport bodybuilding shampoo, conditioner, and mousse.
Light, they're simply delightful. Onyx Breton cracker biscuits.
Arnott's new Breton cracker biscuits are light and crisp with a delicious wheaty taste, plus wheat germ and bran.
Light, they're simply delightful.
Arnott's new Breton cracker biscuits are so light and tasty, you'll be tempted to eat them just on their own.
Light, they're simply delightful. Arnott's Breton cracker biscuits.
Styling mist. Holds dry hair, styles wet as well.
So that's the bottom line. In a month or two, we will become the voice of the golden oldies.
God, I can see it all now. Scoop of the month. 14 exciting new knee rugs. Arthritis for profit and pleasure.
I didn't think you'd like it. Well, I don't like it either. Ah, it's good of you to join us, Bridget. So, am I to take it you'd rather fight than accept this offer?
Yes.
Well, in that case, we're going to have to make a special effort with the next edition. Now, first, the supplement. Since we had to cancel it last month, we're going to make it a summer special.
You could lose money on it.
We probably will. But we have an obligation to our advertisers, and supplements are good for circulation figures, which are more than important at the moment. So let's make this one the best we've ever put out.
Well, I've got one or two ideas that could get things moving on the advertising front.
You usually have, Campbell, but they don't always move in the right direction.
Yes, but with a free hand, I could...
Lord knows what you'd do. No, you just stick to selling advertising space. You used to be good at it once. Well, thank you, everyone. I think that's all for today. It must have been very important to keep you from the staff meeting, Bridget.
Yes, it was.
Outrageous price, of course. But by the time the bill arrives, I should be able to afford it. Hmm? Well, well. Can I have a word? I don't know that I want to hear it.
I just wanted to apologize. For hitting you, I mean. I shouldn't have done it, no matter what I was feeling.
I deserved it. Well, I probably didn't, but you weren't to know that. It must have looked really bad. I'm sorry, too.
Thank God that's over.
You want a drink?
Coffee?
Yeah, sure thing. Here, take a seat. Towns, bring us through 2 coffees, will you? So, you've, seen Grandma today?
I've just come from the hospital. She's fading fast, Alistair.
Oh, poor old love. So, who's looking after the trust fund, then? Sam Wyeth?
No. Me.
You? Oh.
I've been landed with a load of work you wouldn't believe.
Oh, really? What are you doing?
Got an hour or so?
Oh, that bad, huh? Thanks, Towns. So, you're the executor now that Grandma is,
Yeah, right.
Well, that's great. I was going to try and pluck up the courage to ask her, but then she had the heart attack. Can I have an advance?
From the trust fund?
25 grand. Well, it's only a couple of days to my birthday after all, then I get the lot.
Well, why can't I wait for 48 hours then?
It's one of those opportunities that come along once in a blue moon. You got to grab it while it's there. You know how it is.
No, not exactly.
Well, it's a bit hush-hush.
You're not margin trading, are you? That's a dodgy business.
Oh, no, nothing like that. Well, so, can you let me have it?
Afraid not. The trust can't be broken until your birthday.
But you're the executor. Surely you can bend the rules.
No. It's just not legally possible. And suppose I gave you the money today and you stepped under a bus tomorrow, huh?
Well, what about advancing it out of the family funds? I'd be happy to pay interest.
Alistair, I just can't go lending you money just like that.
Well, why not? It's only 2 days. I can pay it back.
Well, I need to know the details.
Well, it's a really solid investment, but I have to have the money by tomorrow.
That doesn't qualify as details.
Oh.
And frankly, son, with the caliber of your past investments, I wouldn't be at all that keen.
Oh, my God. Who are you to play the Puritan? You've sent more businesses bust than I've had hot dinners.
Now, that's not strictly true.
Oh, like hell it's not. Your feature film sitting on the shelf half-edited, your antique gallery folded, and from what I hear, your amazing public relations firm's going down the tubes as well.
That was my money. You're talking about other people's money, the family's.
Well, how much of the family money has Grandma had to shell out in the past to drag you out of the mire? And how much are you helping yourself to right now?
What? Oh, that's the limit. If that's what you think, you can forget about the loan. You can forget about me, and if I have my way, you can forget about the trust fund.
You can't do that.
You just watch me. You're an immoral little devil, Alistair, in more ways than one.
And who do you think I inherited that from? You and your bedroom hopping.
At least I didn't try to steal my father's wife.
Oh, she's too good for you, pal.
She may be, but you're a damn sight worse than I am. My God, Alistair, sometimes I wish you really weren't my son.
Great! Because I'd be relieved as hell if you weren't my father.
I have to get away, Jasmine. Is it important?
Yes, I think it is. I mean, it's not really my area, but I think it could work.
What are you talking about?
This thing about shifting the magazine to an older age group.
Oh, you don't think it's a good idea, for heaven's sake?
No, absolutely not. But if we need new markets, we could go the other way.
What other way?
Make the focus, well, for the supplement at least, for young people. Young fashion. There are loads of new designers around, and they'd be dead keen. It'd help with advertising, too.
What have you got in mind?
Take one girl and build the supplement round her. I could arrange the shoots. I've got some great ideas. And I've got the ideal model to front it.
Oh? Oh, Chelsea.
Yes, she's really good. And Simon could do the shoot, so there'd be no problem.
She's too young.
Oh, most teenage models are only about 14. But Chelsea can look 12, or she can look 24. She's perfect.
I don't want her to be a model, Jasmine.
It wouldn't have to be a career. Come on, one supplement shoot could put her off for life.
I think we'll have to find someone else. But the idea of a youth focus, that would really infuriate the board, wouldn't it?
And it just might work.
It might.
So you'll think about it?
Yes, I'll think about it. Oh. I like it. Ridicule is a powerful weapon. I'll tell you what, bottle of May for the best slogan.
Well, did she go for it?
I'm not sure. I think so. But she won't let me use Chelsea.
Absolute no?
Good as.
Pity. You're very quiet.
I'm a very quiet person. I don't know. Maybe the older age group is the one we should be aiming for. They're not catered for in New Zealand, and they've got a lot of money to spend on magazines.
What? You ever seen a teeny bopper spending? And besides, you don't want to work for the mouldy oldies, do you? Hell, boredom.
No, not a lot. I'm just not getting carried away, that's all.
Sitting on the fence.
Can be the wisest move.
Didn't do a lot for Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, stop pussyfooting around, Sam. You know I was there when she had a heart attack. What do you want?
I've been speaking to her on the telephone.
And?
She mentioned that she was drafting a codicil to her will.
Did she not?
Something to do with Alistair. She wasn't very pleased with him.
She must have been very cross with Alistair. When she decided to change her will. Did she do it?
That's precisely what I was going to ask you. I couldn't find a sign of a codicil.
Well, maybe she changed her mind.
I don't think so.
She seemed fairly pleased with Alistair when she was talking to me. Anyway, it's too late to do anything now.
If she drafted a codicil...
It wouldn't be signed or witnessed, would it?
No, but the intention would be disclosed.
The road to hell, Sam. If she dies, you'll never know. And if she lives, well, you'll be able to ask her, won't you?
If Olivia recovers, I have a number of questions to ask her. Good evening, Maxine.
Good evening, Sam. Hello? Oh, hello, darling. We were just talking about you.
Look, Mum, I need to see you. Later on tonight. Yes, it's important. I had a row with Dad. Oh, well, I think I've really blown it this time. He said something about the trust fund. Okay. Okay, a couple of hours in. See you.
Right, old son, things are really moving.
What?
I've been on to the suppliers and they're interested, but they want the money up front and we're not the only ones in the running, so I need the cash pronto.
Are you deaf? I said I'd get it, didn't I? Tomorrow. Now, will you get off my back? Go do some work for your stupid magazine.
Work? If this little number comes off, we'll be living in the high life. Pick her up.
Hello, darling. Been here long?
A while.
She's not any better, is she?
And she isn't any worse. She's going to get well again, Dad.
Chelsea, don't get your hopes up.
She is. I couldn't bear it.
It's got to happen sometime.
Not yet. She's going to get better.
Well, it'd be a lot easier if she did. I've never worked so hard in my life.
You'll do it. I'll bet you're really good. And when Grandma gets better, she'll be really proud of you.
Come on, I'll take you home. You and Caro. My team of staunch supporters.
Don't be childish, Alistair. You're behaving like a 5-year-old.
But Dad's the executor, and he said that he was going...
He cannot stop you getting the trust fund.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. Now, what else is all the fuss about?
I wanted to touch you up for a loan. Just on my birthday.
How much?
25 grand.
25? Don't be ridiculous. Where would I get that sort of money from?
Well, I just thought that you might have a...
Oh, Alistair, stop being naive. In 2 days, you'll be getting a small fortune. If you have to have some of it before then, go to the bank and borrow against it.
They're not very friendly at the moment. But I suppose a finance company might be able to...
And pay a user's interest rate. Don't be silly. See your bank manager. You'll be amazed how friendly your expectations will make you. Hi.
What are you doing here?
Playing hooky.
Have you eaten, darling?
At the hospital. And I didn't see you there, Alistair.
No. I suppose I ought to go see her. How is she?
Still the same. Oh, nice of you to ask.
Saki. And what about a will? Do you know how much?
Not exactly, but I know it's a lot for both of you. You'll have to wait for ages, though. Probate takes months on a will like hers.
What?
It does. I remember when Granddad died, it took Dad about a year.
I don't believe it. You're just awful. Sitting there talking like she's already dead and like you don't even care.
Of course we care, darling.
Do you? Really? All everyone ever cares about is how much trouble it is or how much money they're going to get. No one cares about Grandma.
That is not true, Chelsea.
Isn't it? Have either of you been to see her?
She wouldn't know.
Oh, you. Everyone acting like she's going to die.
She is going to die, Chelsea, and you've got to face it. I know you love her, but...
She isn't. She isn't. She's not going to die. She's going to get better.
Wow.
She's been in that damn hospital day and night. I'll go and calm her down.
Right. I'd better get back. Hey, thanks.
What for?
Solving my financial problems.
All right, to be honest, I'm bloody furious with him. And part of me wants to teach him a lesson, but that's not the only reason I want to do it. I'm worried about him, Sam. Caro was right. Alistair's going to the pack at the moment, and this is the only way I can think to control him.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to run a check on all his finances. How much he owes, who to, that sort of thing. Can it be done?
There are ways. When do you need this report?
By tomorrow night.
Whew, that's asking a lot.
He turns 25 the next day.
Oh, he does. Very well, I'll do my best, but it's very short notice.
It's also very important, Sam. If Alistair gets his hands on that money, there'll be no stopping him. And he's got to be stopped.
In the summertime when we get hot, when we need a drink that hits the spot, the real fruit taste that captivates. Not too sour, not too sweet. You know the one I mean to say. Rah, 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 A-OK. Rippin' Toraro, that's the one for having when you're having fun. Rah, it's got the taste, the real fruit taste. Rippin' Toraro, yours and mine. Rippin' Toraro every time.
Rippin' Toraro's real fruit taste.
Breakfast ready?
Sanitarium Skippy Cornflakes, full of goodness. The perfect pre-flight energy breakfast for your kids. Skippy Cornflakes, before they take off for the day.
Mama needs vitality for everybody. Get yourself a taste of Marmite. Mama needs a joint like a feeling happy. Get yourself going and get yourself a taste of Marmite. Get yourself a taste of Marmite.
The things you put your hair through for the sake of being beautiful. Keep your hair looking beautiful with new Silkien's shampoo and conditioner for permed and color-treated hair. Silkien's scientifically adjusts to help protect against the damage these treatments can cause. New Silkien's for permed and color-treated hair. Silkien's, the science of silkening your hair.
I don't think there's a lot of difference between swimming and saving. It all depends on how badly you want to achieve your personal goals. The ASB Bank is going all out to help me achieve mine, and they've lots of ways to make it easy for you to achieve yours.
The more you save with the ASB Bank, the more you'll help the New Zealand Olympic team. ASB Bank, the bank on the move.
Next time you order a thick, juicy burger, make sure it's not just thick with salad. Which is why Homestead are proud to announce their new Chicken Fillet Burger, a delicious breast of chicken with only the freshest ingredients.
We're coming home to the crisper taste. We're coming home to the greater place. We're coming home to Homestead, New Zealand's bigger chicken taste.
Homestead, crisper chicken, fresher taste.
We knew, and I knew, that something was happening.
The Lost Tribe, a story of murder, jealousy, and revenge. Sunday.
Good morning. Did I catch you at a bad time?
You barely caught us at all. I've got a board meeting. Is it urgent?
I'm afraid so, and it's rather personal.
That's right, Maxine. I'm going.
Oh, heavens, don't let me chase you out.
You're not. I've got to go to work. See you later. Don't work too hard.
Board meeting?
Sounds impressive, doesn't it? I won't understand a word. Maxine, look, I'm terribly sorry, but...
It won't take long. It's about Alistair.
Alistair. It's always about Alistair.
Yes, he said you had an argument.
Yes, we did. Sometimes he can be
My
so...
dear, I know, but it's a tense time for him. He's worried about Olivia. He came round to see me last night, and I was really quite worried for him.
You expect me to do something?
Well, I did wonder why you wouldn't give him the money he wanted. He is entitled to it tomorrow, after all.
Maxine, my hands are tied. And I'm very suspicious of any deal that won't last for 24 hours. Did he tell you why he wanted it?
No, I didn't ask.
And I doubt you would have been told. The truth, anyway. Alistair has a very hazy idea of morality.
I beg your pardon?
It's true.
Well, that's something of a family failing, isn't it?
That's a bit below the belt.
Precisely where you keep your morals.
Maxine, I've got a board meeting.
Have you told the other shareholders that you're taking the helm, darling? They'll probably be panic selling.
You said cash?
You beauty, you did it.
You better not balls us up, Campbell. That's a hell of a lot of dough.
Ah, peanuts, mate. Compared to what you'll get back, I promise you. You all right?
Oh, run out again. Got a bit generous last night.
Silly boy, shouldn't be sharing the goodies. Go easy with that stuff. It's dynamite.
Morning, Alistair. You busy?
Be right with you. Make yourself scarce, will you, before she gets any ideas?
Mm-hmm.
You all alone again?
Dedication. It's been the death of many a working girl.
Yes, so I hear. How's Maxine today?
She's not in yet.
Really? I need to see her. Word has reached me about rebellion in the ranks.
It's a bit short-sighted, isn't it?
Do you think so?
Well, it's an age group where magazines are a way of life, and not one New Zealand company's taking advantage of it. I would have thought we could make a killing.
Yes, we could. It's not very glamorous, of course. And I take it, not too popular.
If you wanted to know what was going on, you could always interrogate me over that drink you promised.
That's a possibility.
Unless you wanted to upgrade it to lunch. I'm starving.
You need to ring everyone who's booked after 7:30 tonight and cancel.
You got it. I want everyone out by 10.
But we'd lose a fortune.
No, we won't. I'm paying full price.
That's ridiculous.
That's a brilliant idea.
Alistair, are you sure you're all right?
Never felt better.
Good. Then are you prepared to take off those glasses and let me see your pupils?
You want to gaze into my eyes. How romantic. Read, Gemma. What's this? What's this? A tete-a-tete? My mother will scratch your eyes out.
Have you got a free table?
Nah, but I'll give you one anyway. If I'm rude to those plebs in the corner, they'll be out early enough for me to get the 1 o'clock booking in there.
Has sudden wealth gone to your head, Alistair?
24 hours, old son. 24 hours and the boy can relax. You're looking very nice. Did I ever tell you you've got lovely eyes?
Did I ever tell you to keep off that stuff during the day? We're flying.
And send Bridget in, would you please?
She's already left.
Does she still work here? I'm beginning to wonder. Thanks, Panya. That'll be all. Come in. Finished?
Mm-hmm.
And?
I don't think you're going to want to print it. Not unless they're making asbestos paper these days.
I'll print it, all right. And you've got to be prepared to stand by every word.
I double-check the commas.
And?
It's all in there. Your Australian friend, his background, his connections, subsidiaries of holding companies of God knows what. It's like putting together a jigsaw puzzle.
Will I like the final picture?
I think you might be surprised to find it's practically hanging in your office. You thought this was an Australian story with a New Zealand peg to hang it on. The skeleton's right here in our own closet.
Explain.
Oh, Rex is in it up to his eyeballs, all right. There's no denying that. It's once you get past him and to the people who are really pulling the strings that the problems start. Read the story. As I've said, it's all in there. Let's just say that Rex isn't the only one with designs on gloss.
It's weird. You're my son, and apart from your work, I know nothing about you.
Well, you know about my parents, my adoptive parents.
Not much.
No. Well, Dad had a drapery, a small one, and the wire wrapper. They were good people. Gave me a great childhood, good education, worked hard. But it wasn't enough. Dad went bankrupt a few years ago. Couldn't face it. He shot Mum and turned the gun on himself.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's hard to talk about. I can't dress it up in euphemisms yet.
Rex, you poor boy.
Oh, I'm getting over it. It was the shock, though, you see. Just like that. I really loved them, Bridget. And they never even told me they were in trouble. Oh, I knew I was adopted. Always known.
About me?
No, nothing. But last year I was going through Mum's old diaries, and that's when I found Sam Wyeth's name.
He told you?
Well, I was a bit devious. He thought I knew already. It took a while to pluck up the courage to approach you. I mean, the shock of recognizing their names. You don't expect to know your birth parents. To find out that you were my mother. And my father's name was Redfern. Bryce Redfern.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it.
Superman couldn't have done it faster.
Any joy?
Yes, we went through the usual channels. It's as we suspected. He's borrowed against the restaurant, personal overdraft, car on lease, rented flat, and even his credit cards are a bit limp.
So he's in hock to everyone in town.
Yes, you'd be surprised how many people are. However, there's more. This came in just as I was leaving. He's borrowed $25,000 this morning from one of the dodgy loan outfits for 24 hours.
Stupid little devil.
You're going to act on it.
Any reason why I shouldn't?
I can think of several, but I know you won't listen.
Not this time, Sam. This is one decision I'm going to make for myself.
But why didn't you come to me straight away?
Sam Wyeth. He said if it got out, it would kill old Mrs. Redfern. She really didn't know. And now she's dying and she never will. I'm her eldest grandchild. I suppose Sam was acting for the best, but part of me feels that she's been cheated.
I'm sorry, Rex. Sam Wyeth took over completely. Well, I was very young. I was used to being told what to do. I had to sign an agreement. I was to tell no one. I was never to try and find you. And he'd make sure you were well provided for.
My God, that makes... You know, the mum tried to write to him, never got a reply.
He said that...
Oh, their payment stopped when I left school.
He said a proper education. That's why I signed.
You were underage. It wasn't even legal. They've done us, Bridget. They've done us both like a dinner. And now the old lady's dying and Alistair's going to inherit the lion's share. My share. And yours.
Oh, come on.
If my father had married you, you'd be Queen Bee. You'd be rolling in it. They took your child away, Bridget. They conned you. They lied. They cheated you. You've heard the rumors that Alistair isn't really Brad's son.
I've heard them, but I don't believe them. What difference does it make?
Well, if the rumors were true, and Olivia's always had her doubts about Alistair, that would make me the only Redfern grandson.
My God, it would. And she always adored Bryce.
Yeah, I heard. The golden boy. Be fun to tell them, wouldn't it?
Tell them what?
Wouldn't it be fun just to bowl up to the Redfern mansion and tell them who we really are? Wouldn't it? Just to see the looks on their faces.
And at midnight, when I'm truly a man, Brooke Shields will come bursting to the cake with a candle stuck on her head.
I never made this much fuss on my 25th.
You probably had a normal family, mate. In the eyes of my loving relatives, this is my real majority. I reckon you need a quarter century to learn how to handle pocket money. Whoa! Here comes one of them now. Come to wish me joy. And he brought his checkbook. Business or pleasure?
It's no pleasure.
Well, can we get it over with? I got guests.
So I see. I won't keep you long. Can we,
Yeah, sure. Come on, open some more bottles. Drink, you must drink.
I think Daddy has come to growl.
Can we get this over with?
Yes. I've been looking into your finances.
What?
You've got a bloody cheek.
Perhaps, but I've also got the right. And maybe even the duty.
Oh, you're really Mr. Big these days, aren't you, Daddy? I'm so impressed. Buying out Briley's next week, are we?
Pull yourself together, Alistair. You're drunk.
You wouldn't have a clue. Just transfer the money into my account tomorrow and leave me alone.
I shan't be doing that.
What?
There's a clause in the deed that allows me to withhold your trust funds if you're insolvent. And you are.
You mean, withhold for good?
No. Just until I'm satisfied that you can handle your affairs responsibly.
But I borrowed money again.
I know. That's your problem. And this restaurant is also my wife's investment. I've paid back everything that's owed. And the family will hold a mortgage and a lien on this place, so you can't raise any more money on it without my consent.
You're out of your head. Do you really think I'll ever agree to that?
You don't have to. Cara's already signed the papers, and she's the major shareholder.
You're telling me that you're going to bankrupt me? Deliberately?
I'm telling you that the trust fund is frozen until I'm satisfied that you can handle it responsibly.
That's it?
That's it. The family's birthday present to you. I'm sure you won't see it this way at the moment, but it's probably the most valuable present we've ever given you. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. I doubt that I'll be seeing you.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Alistair.
Oh, it's the gilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes a hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Love. Could call it ambition. Did someone whisper greed? Don't want